Hi folks, this is Dr. Kat Schreier, Water Citizen News and the Water Show, and I'm here at Capitol Hill Ocean Week, and we're going to talk about aquariums right now with John Russell from Georgia Aquarium, along with Kristin Tumbleson, also from Georgia Aquarium, and so you're Director of Guest Experience and
AP Guest Experience and Development.
Very nice. And Kristin, you do the education programs, is that correct?
Director of the education programs, yes.
Great. And you'll have to speak up loud because we got the cars going by and everything. So stay real close together so we can get both of you on here. So we were just talking a bit about some of the programs that you guys have. And I think aquariums are really fabulous in for water education in so many parts of the country. It's more than just kind of walking through and looking at tanks of fish.
Yes.
What are some of the things that you guys are doing, and not just with kids, but also with adults?
Sure. John, you start off.
We do, and Kristin address all the education. We do a lot of education with students and adults and teachers. On the other side, we have a Veterans Immersion Program they call VIP, and it's basically for disabled veterans, wounded warriors, both physically and mentally challenged, and where we put them in wetsuits, put them in the water, they swim the whale sharks for 40-45 minutes, and it's so uplifting. As I mentioned before, they're very nervous in the beginning, but once they get in there, it's kind of like a heavenly experience. When they come out, they want to stay in, and it kind of releases their trepidations and fears and everything. And it's so that's Veterans Immersion Program is one program we have. We have another one, Gold Star Families, unfortunately for children that have lost either a mother or father. We have a program for the families to come into the aquarium and do encounters with our animals, as well as partake in some instances in the same type of a program that the vets do. So that's kind of some of the, and then on the research and conservation side, which a lot of people don't hear about, because you are right, we are an attraction, and we have a lot of beautiful animals, and we have a lot of entertainment with the galleries and the shows with the sea lions and the dolphins. But we do a lot of great research and conservation projects for our dolphins and our sea lions, our whale sharks, and how that affects us as human beings, because we're all intertwined. And oceans, cleaning up our oceans and cleaning up our rivers. That's some of the programs. And then the big program we have is Kristin's program.
Sure. So I'm the Director of Education at Georgia Aquarium, and you're so right when you say there is so much more to an aquarium than just seeing the animals in their galleries, which is the awe-inspiring hook moment that catches a student's imagination. But then there's so much STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math that's happening behind the scenes. And so my job is really to make those galleries a little bit more transparent so that students can see the work being done behind the scenes really is connecting with the work they're doing in the classroom every day. So we're really trying to make those 200 unique jobs that we have at Georgia Aquarium accessible to our kids, so that they can see what those career pathways at an aquarium or advocating for the environment might look like. We're also a landlocked city, so 90% of the students in Atlanta will never go to the ocean and see the ocean firsthand, and so it's a huge responsibility to give students an encounter with the wonders of the aquatic world. And as part of that, we have our sponsored admissions program, which allows us to welcome students from Title I schools free of charge. And so this year we welcomed 50,000 kids under that program, which as a teacher in a Title I school previously, I know just how important those aha moments are for our kids. So we're so thrilled to do that. And then of course we educate around the water cycle, water chemistry, habitats, animal adaptations. We do work really closely with the Director of Research and Conservation to make sure we're making those research efforts really accessible and transparent to all of our audience, K through 12 and then adults. So those are some of the programs that we have. We also do a lot of work with teachers, helping teachers figure out how to make our resources make sense in the classroom, so that when they're coming to the aquarium, it's a part of the classroom experience. It's not an add-on type of field trip, but they're really coming in and integrating the resources we have in their units and in their lessons. So we offer a lot of experiences with our teachers as well.
How much is being done to get the sort of the aquarium experience out online and connect with people who can't quite get there, or to connect with other aquariums as well? I mean, there's a huge network of aquariums throughout the country, throughout the world.
Well, we have a very robust social media program.
We do.
very robust. And we have, I think, Kristin, 50,000 members at the aquarium. We have a database. We've got 600,000 people that have visited with us, and we kind of use them to help spread the word. And I think at any one time, we've got almost 32 different programs going on that addresses certain demographics. Whether you're seniors or whether you're kids or whether you're, we even have, I think I mentioned it, we have adult sleepover programs as well as the kids sleepover programs.
Right. Yeah, tell us about the sleepovers. That sounds
I need
good.
to do one of those.
We haven't done it. No, it's great. We do that for students K through 12 and also adults. We do a lot of work with the Boy Scouts as well, so we have a whole curriculum designed. We can tailor your experience to like a Boy Scout badge, for example, or you can sleep with the dolphins under the stars, and then you have pointed experiences that teach more explicit things about the galleries.
Now, this week, this is Capitol Hill Ocean Week, where we're talking right now, and there is a role that aquariums can play, unique in terms of policies related to aquatic species, oceans, and whatnot. How much do you all get involved with providing opportunity for tourists for policymakers, for example, and what about here in D.C. as well as back in Georgia?
Well, we're very active with the city and state government, of course, as you know, because we're concerned about our rivers, our oceans. We're concerned about the animals and their preservation and conservation. So, in fact, we're meeting with two senators while we're here today, because one is focused on protecting our oceans. In other words, cleaning up our oceans, because it's a huge problem. I think I read something the other day. For every 1 pound of fish, there's 2 pounds of trash in the oceans. So, we've got a lot of research and conservation programs ourselves. I think I mentioned that we're trying to get funded a water-powered trash wheel to remove trash from the Chattahoochee River, 50 tons a day. That's kind of a baby step to a bigger problem. But that's the kind of things that we look at.
And I want to echo what John says. I think making our walls transparent to all of our, not just students, but to people in the community. So we're always opening our doors to policymakers, corporations, community partners. And I know you mentioned also what we're doing on our web platforms. We have a STEAM Forward video series that we're developing for kids that can't make it to the aquarium due to transportation or whatever the obstacle might be, that showcases the STEAM career pathways we have at the aquarium. So every opportunity that we have to make what we're doing more accessible and more transparent, because it's so critical to understand the work being done, capturing the hearts and minds of the people through our animals is so critical to the research and conservation that will ultimately protect our oceans in the future. I want to echo what John said, any opportunity.
And I think one other thing is that whenever there's an aquarium built, it supplies jobs to the business community, taxes for, increased taxes to help grow our states. So there's a lot of impact, not just for us, it's also, and for the things we just mentioned, but also for the local community.
Sure. How about for waterpreneurs? We do a lot of work with innovation clusters, and people are trying to test out new innovative technologies and methodologies to deal with some of these issues. And you have little microcosms of all these habitats. How do you? Are there opportunities for waterpreneurs to come try things out and see how the animals react?
Yeah, I would say yes. I mean, we have a very deep. We have some of the top veterinarians in the world are at our aquarium.
And we have a really robust water quality lab. So
correct.
We have a whole water quality team.
They test 4 times a day.
That would be excited to work with you.
Nice. Well, we'll be down there tomorrow for the U.S. Water Prize, which is at the aquarium, and we're looking forward to seeing it firsthand and hopefully getting a little behind-the-scenes views. So catch us tomorrow, and thank you very much, John and Kristin, for speaking with us today.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely.
Can't wait to host.